And any time where someone might have thought you were carving like a swastika on a table or something like that?
My friends told me to do that, and they did it as well, and I did that for attention. And anything that I drew, swastika, or said nasty remarks about race or gender equality or anything like that, was all for attention.
Okay.
And that magazine, I'm sure you know about it, it was like I had a magazine with a swastika on it for my AR. I didn't write that at all.
Where'd that come from?
Jameson Todd asked me if he wanted to draw a swastika on it, and so I said, sure.
Okay,
I didn't think anything of it.
So he drew the swastika on the magazine?
Yep, we were just chilling out. He said, is it cool if I draw a swastika on your mag? I said, sure.
Okay, and was that magazine used on the day of the offense?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it left there at, like, the scene?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And then someone told me I had a swastika on my boot. I did do that, but that was for attention.
Okay. When did you put that swastika on the boot?
Probably a month before, half a month before.
Okay. And what kind of attention can you get from having a swastika on you?
Negative or positive. It can be either way, because the swastika was used by Native American as the peace symbol. And then when the Germans, so I guess they took it up themselves and they made it into a symbolic symbol, which was really stupid because it was a Native American peace symbol.
Okay, but when would you put it on your shoe for attention? Which of those two was it most likely to kind of connect to or represent?
Mostly peace.
Okay, all right.
That's it. That would conclude this section from March 1st. We'll now direct your attention, handing the State's Exhibit G for identification, March 2nd, 2022, evaluation between the defendant, Dr. Scott. Do you recognize that?
Yes, sir, I do.
The State would offer State's Exhibit G for identification to evidence for this hearing.
Okay, over the defense objection, State's Exhibit G for identification will be received as State's Exhibit 7.
For the record, this is on page, it will begin on page 876, line 15, and go through 877, line 16. And again, if you would represent Dr. Scott, and I'll represent the defendant.
Oh, okay, why were you making sure it was...
Excuse me.
Which line?
Page 876, line 15.
Got it. Okay, so let me kind of catch up to where you're at. So you fish for a couple of hours. Do you eat lunch or anything? Same reason? Okay, and that's when you put on, like, even your boots. Had they been on all day?
They've been on all morning.
All morning?
All through.
And when did you mention something about having a swastika on your boot?
Yeah, that was for attention.
Yeah? When did you put the swastika on the boot?
Probably a month before.
A month prior. And was it like a picture of one, or was it a scratch? What was it?
It was a scratch I used with a scissors.
Okay, got it. You made it with a scissors?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're dressed in a short sleeve kind of ROTC shirt. You've got khakis on. What color were your boots?
Black, and that ends this portion from March 2nd. Last portion, show you State's Exhibit H for identification, the evaluation on March 3rd, 2022 between Dr. Scott and the defendant. Do you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
And is that a portion of the evaluation on that date?
Yes, sir.
The State would offer State's Exhibit H for identification and purposes of this hearing.
Is it a copy?
Yes.
Same objection. Okay. Over the defense objection, State's Composite Exhibit 8 for identification will be received as State's 8 for identification will be received as State's 8, as in 8 legs.
The portion will be from page 1208 of the transcript, line 23, to page 1212, line 17.
Okay, now, ever search out, best you remember, like swastikas or swastika culture?
Yeah, I was trying to understand why everyone was so interested in swastikas and stuff. One was that it was a peace symbol from the Native Americans, and the Nazis took that and made it into a symbolic symbol.
Okay, and is the Nazi symbol for a swastika, is that viewed positively, negatively, or how do people view that?
It can view many different ways. I talked to a therapist here. He said he had a guy who was African American and said it was a peace symbol, and so that he had a tattoo of it on his chest or something like that.
Okay, all right. And did you come to learn, or did you know it was a peace symbol before you were here in jail?
Yeah, it was a peace symbol.
Okay, how did you learn that?
Native Americans.
Okay, and then how about
The Nazis just took it and then made it into something else.
ever search for anything about the KKK or?
Yeah, the KKK, the Black Panthers, what else? Antifa, Trump supporter rallies.
How come you were searching all that?
I was trying to understand people. I didn't understand why they hated each other.
Okay,
I still don't understand why, like Ku Klux Klan hate African Americans and African Americans, what was it? The Black Power movement, why they hate white people so much.
yeah, I think we talked maybe the first day that at some point, I think it was Marjorie Stoneman's school, there was some issue about something you had written on a,
Yeah, I wrote stuff on my backpack for attention.
yeah. Tell me what you were writing.
I wrote 666, I wrote I hate black people, and I wrote it all with a swastika on it
And how come you did that?
for attention.
Okay, and if the swastika is a peaceful thing, is that,
Because it looked towards people that it was a symbolic symbol, which I was trying to get because I wanted negative attention.
okay,
Or positive, either way.
all right.
So in my head, my fucked up head, I thought people maybe would come up to me, ask me why I had so many weird symbols on my backpack, and if I needed any help or anything, I would have been honest that I need help, but no one ever did.
Okay, did you ever write anything that might have had the N word on it?
Yes,
Okay, what was that about?
I wanted attention.
Okay,
I wanted to get beat up.
okay, and what was your attitude in general towards, different races?
Didn't matter who you were. It doesn't matter what color skin you are. You're just a person.
Okay, so your use of the N word in that context was again to,
To get beat up.
okay, all right, okay, and any comments about other people's sexuality in any way, like gay?
Yeah, gay, queer, homosexuals. No, gay, queer. What are they? Hermaphrodites. What was the other one?
And you would say this kind of stuff to folks, or write it, or what?
Well, I could write it on my backpack. Sometimes I say things on the internet, try to get a reaction.
Okay,
That would be the end of that segment.